Hey yo, BTG gave me the opportunity to express myself and be the.
All right, guys, let me get right into it. Obviously, right, this is our time of the week where we get a chance to train, right? And if you guys know us and if you've been following us, one of our taglines right now, especially this year, as we rebrand ourselves and we come back bigger and better and stronger, is we're strengthening America by creating entrepreneurs. A lot of the people on this call now are entrepreneurs, right? And we're helping them get their own companies. We're helping them build legacy, build wealth. Let me make sure that I mute you, Deja. 1 second. Cool in the game. Guys, try to keep a controlled environment, right? But the obvious thing is that I wanted to go over a few things that's going to help you guys increase your business. Some people on this call are kicking ass and taking names, right? Literally, you're trying to figure out how to get stronger in your ability, how to take your 50 sales per week on up to 80 and 100 sales per week. Some of you guys are just doing 10 and 15 sales per week, and you're trying to figure out how to get to that 50 mark. And I think I got something that may help, right? So let's get right into it. I've always focused on business and structuring businesses. And now at this point in my life, I know that it comes down to three different things that helps my business increase, right? And I'll go over this with you guys. Three reasons, really. And it's a lack thereof. There's always a lack of sales, obviously. That will help you go out of business faster than anything else. If you don't have the sales, then you don't have the energy. You do not have the blood running through your business, right? And just like your body needs blood, your business needs sales, right? So obviously a lack of sales will do it. So you always got to think to yourself, what can I do to increase sales? Usually that's a headcount issue, just so you understand that, right? Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about how this pertains to business. Then I'm going to speak to you guys about how this pertains to you individually.
You got three. You got
in the contract.
You got three
Now,
cases in a.
you. Let me make sure here. Let me do it here. Here. All right, good to go. All right, guys. Let me know if you guys can't hear me, but I've muted this call just so I can get through this training for you guys. Obviously, lack of sales will always hurt your business. So always think about how you're going to increase sales. Usually that's headcount. Make sure that you guys are always focused on headcount. That's exactly why we're focused on recruiting. That's exactly why we're focused on calls like these, right? Calls like these allow people to get a chance to taste and feel, touch our culture. Because I do believe once they do touch our culture, that they're never going back. The next thing is a lack of leadership. Now, this one right here, I have an affinity for. You guys know, if you guys know me, you guys know that I learn from great leaders. I love great leaders. I do believe that everything starts and rises and falls on a leader, right? So that's exactly why we focus so much on our leadership team, where we speak to them 8 a.m. in the morning, right? We're making sure that they're fired up for you guys. We're making sure that we're coaching them, right, on how to coach you. These things matter the most, right? Because I do believe that we wouldn't be successful at all if it wasn't for our leaders. That's why we spend so much time pouring into them, right? And the last but not least is a lack of systems, right? You guys know what systems are. Systems are important, right? You need to know, like a system, maybe you guys, everybody brush their teeth in the morning, right? And when you brush your teeth, you got a system on how you do it, right? You don't just do it differently every day. I know at least I don't, right? I go down the side first, I come around the back, right? I get my tongue last, right? I get the roof of my mouth last. This is just a system that I have that allows me not to think. And that's what I want. I want more systems that allow me to think less and do more, right? Now, let's talk about how this pertains to you guys as independent contractors. As independent contractors, you guys know that you guys are your own business owners, right? Everybody know that? Does everybody know that? Everybody know that? Okay, good to go. That's one of the things that attracted me to this company. I mean, that's one of the things that attracted me to this business, rather, right? And then I wanted to create the type of company that always seemed attractive to me, the type of company that would help me become financially free and build a business. Because after I did my due diligence, I started to understand the way the true wealth is to build a business, right? That's one of the great ways to build wealth inside of America. So I said to myself, great, why don't I take what I know and what I love, which is sales, and build a business around it? And that's exactly what we do here. But it's all based on systems, right? Like one of our systems is this call, Mondays and Wednesdays right now, right? We're always here to train you. So let's talk a little bit about it. As an independent contractor, you are your own business. So now let's go back over our 3 reasons why businesses fail, and let's reverse engineer that for you guys, right? A lack of sales. So you guys got to look at sales first and foremost, right? What's one of the things that we can do to get our sales up all the time? I promise you, you will never fail as long as you pick up a sales book. You will always learn a new sales technique. That's important, right? Of course, location goes on sales. Of course, you understanding the product, right? Just doing your due diligence. Maybe you do your due diligence on True Connect. Maybe you do your due diligence on Access Telecom. You understand what's their target audience. You understand where they would like, where they see the vision of the company going, right? How to explain it thoroughly to people. A lot of times when you're speaking with people and they're asking you for, what it is that you do, it's difficult to say what you do if you haven't thought about that, right? And it should be simple, easy, one sentence, clear, right? So that someone can really know what you do and walk away with like, all right, good. I got to keep their number because one day I may just need a phone, right? And I want to make sure that I call this person for that because they were very knowledgeable. They were very professional. Okay. Right. And in order to do that, you got to study what's the product, right? So all of that helps. That's your sales portion of it. Now, as far as leadership, who's your first leader in life, right? Possibly your parents, right? But beyond that, then you have to become your own leader. I like to tell people all the time, man, it's like you are all you need, right? Now, when I say you are all you need, that means you can't let you down. It's you looking in the mirror, it's you versus you each and every day, and you got to come out on top. In order to do that, you have to learn and understand how to become a leader. Now, what do leaders do? I wrote down a few things, right? And you guys should write this down. First thing I would say that a leader does is he shows up every day. He or she shows up every day and is consistent, no matter what. No matter if it's convenient, no matter if the time didn't permit, it doesn't matter. A leader is going to show up and be consistent each and every day. I always like to say, you got to stay consistent even when you're not motivated. Okay. Next thing is a leader sets the tone, guys. Right. So you set the tone for you. This week right here, you should have already set your goals up where you're setting the tone for that. If you said to yourself, like, hey, man, I'm going to do 200 sales this week with my team. If I'm going to do 50 sales this week personally, myself, then you set the tone for that. And obviously, don't let yourself down. Don't negotiate with yourself. Whatever it is that you set, then that's what's supposed to be met. So obviously, you need to make sure that you can challenge and hold people accountable, right? Obviously, a good leader does that. They challenge and they hold people accountable. I think we forget about this overall, ultimately, because a lot of times we're so easygoing, right? But I challenge myself consistently on a daily basis. I challenge myself this week. I got a few goals, I got a few goals that I know I'm going to hit. Then I got a few stretch goals that I really feel like, hey man, I can hit if I'm firing on all cylinders this week. And I have them written down and I'm ready, right? And I want you guys to do the same thing, right? And obviously, I'm going to reward myself if I hit my goals. If I don't, then I'm going to go back to the drawing board and I'm going to make sure that I know, like, man, you let yourself down. You wanted to hit that goal this week. But that's me, right? I know what I want out of this thing. I know what I want out of working here, right? I want a better me at all times. And in order to get a better you need to challenge yourself and hold yourself accountable. Don't be afraid, right? A good leader puts the team first. Yep. I'm talking about your dreams before I put mine. I have to, right? And don't get it twisted like it's the other way around, like as if I could put my dreams first and then put yours next. I can't. I got to put each and every person on this phone dream first before I put mine. Mine will happen as long as I make sure that you guys are coming through, true, right? And that's exactly what you need to do. And you need to say to yourself as ICs, right? You need to say to yourself, like, all right, cool. You know what? I need to make my dreams come true before I can make anybody else's. In your position as an IC. Why? Because you're a team of one right now, right? I'm not talking to the manager. I'm not talking to the CEOs on the call. I'm talking about to the team of ones, right? You need to make sure that you focus on you. You need to say, hey, man, listen, I'm going to do 50 every week. Why? Because it's going to bring me this amount of much money. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to make sure that I get, this new house that I want, right? This two family, right? Where I can rent out the other side. Big boy talk, right? In order to do that. But that's what a leader does. Another thing that a leader does is a leader drives. A leader drives without division. One of the things that I'm keen on and I'm really focused on is divisive behavior. All of my leaders know that divisive behavior will get you let go quicker than anything else here, right? And I teach that to people everywhere I go because I just haven't seen anything big or outstanding or great be able to thrive and grow without or with someone that's being divisive, right? Or something. I like unifiers. I like people who can bring people together. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys are a lot of unifiers. You know what I'm talking about. If you the type of person that people like to call before they go to the party, then more than likely you're that unifier, right? They're gonna look at you and they're gonna say, nah, man, if you know what, if Bilal is there, I'm going. If Eugene is there, I'm going, right? Then you got some people who they the type say, man, if Bilal was there, I'm not going. If Eugene is there, I'm not going, right? That's the complete opposite of a unifier, right? But I just want you guys to think about that. Few others is creates an environment for people to develop, right? I think that that's important for a leader. Last but not least, why is that important for me? Because I believe that we're stronger as long as we're all growing. I believe that it is a weak leader, a sign of a weak leader, of somebody that would keep people in the dark, not explain everything to them, not teach them everything that they need to know so that they can be as successful and powerful as they need to be. Because if the people around me are powerful, then what makes me powerful, right? Now, I know that's a lot, guys, but I want to make sure that you guys understand truly here how you can truly become successful, right? You take these three things with you and you break them down. And I do believe that it starts with you, the leader, right? Because leadership is one of those things that can sink your ship. But if you want to rise to the top, then leadership is also what's going to take you there. So with that being said, that does it for our training this week. I love you all. I'll speak to you guys on Wednesday. Let's get it, gang. Later.
Hey yo, shout out to BTG, shout out to BTG. Hey yo, Q, I see you.